There's something about the way they look at you, a spark in their eyes that hints at unspoken feelings. They laugh a little too hard at your jokes and linger just a bit too long in conversations, trying to mask their interest, but failing to hide it completely. Every time you see them together, your person's friend acts as if they're just being friendly, but there's an underlying tension that speaks volumes. Their body language betrays them, leaning in closer, making subtle touches that say what their words can't. Sometimes it's in the little things, a shared glance across the room, a smile that lingers just a moment too long. Your person's friend is trying to maintain a facade, but their heart reveals a different story. While your person shares their thoughts, you can't help but notice how their friend's gaze is fixated on you. It's a silent acknowledgement of feelings that remain unexpressed, a blend of admiration and hesitation swirling in the air. Every gathering feels charged with unspoken words. Your person's friend tries to keep it light, but there's a heaviness to their admiration, a desire that simmers just beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to surface. They always seem to be around when you're present, casually appearing as if by coincidence. You can sense their energy shift when you enter the room. It's as if they hope to catch your eye and share a moment that transcends the ordinary. When your person talks about their friend, you can detect a hint of jealousy in their tone, as if they're aware of the unvoiced emotions swirling just beneath the surface. Your person may not fully comprehend the depth of their friend's affection for you. Every compliment they give feels layered with meaning, as if they're trying to convey their admiration without revealing the full extent of their feelings. It's a delicate dance of emotions, one that leaves you intrigued and slightly flattered. In quiet moments, when laughter fades and silence settles, you can feel their eyes on you, searching for a connection that seems to dance just out of reach. There's a vulnerability in those moments, a hope that perhaps you might notice them, um, too. You catch them stealing glances when you're deep in conversation with someone else. Their expression a mix of admiration and longing. They try to play it cool, but the warmth in their eyes betrays the truth they're trying to hide. They often go out of their way to include you in plans, subtly maneuvering to be closer to you. Each interaction is a calculated risk, hoping for a spark that might ignite the connection they crave. You sense their nervous energy whenever you're around. They fidget with their phone or adjust their clothes, trying to appear nonchalant while their heart races with the possibility of a shared moment. Every time you share a laugh, they seem to cherish it a little more than anyone else in the room, as if each moment together builds a secret world that only they are aware of. It's a beautiful yet bittersweet sentiment they carry within. You might catch them lost in thought while watching you, their admiration painting a smile on their lips. They imagine what it would be like to share their feelings, yet fear keeps them rooted in silence. When your person talks about their friend, you can hear the admiration in their voice, but there's also an unspoken worry that bubbles to the surface. What if they know how their friend feels about you? Their playful teasing might hint at deeper feelings, a way to mask the seriousness of their emotions with light-hearted banter. But behind every joke, you sense a flicker of something more profound, waiting to be acknowledged. There's a distinct shift in their demeanor whenever the conversation turns to love or relationships. Their gaze darts your way, as if weighing the possibility of confessing the feelings they've kept secret for so long. The way they remember the smallest details about you speaks volumes. It's not just idle curiosity. It's a deep-seated admiration that makes them hang on to every word you say, trying to find ways to connect. Every time you interact, it feels like a game of cat and mouse. They playfully flirt, yet there's a serious undertone, a desire to bridge the gap between friendship and something more. They may try to hide it with humor, but the sincerity in their eyes reveals a depth of feeling that is impossible to ignore. It's a silent plea for you to see them beyond the surface. You might catch them staring when they think you're not looking, their expression softening as they contemplate what it would be like to be more than just a friend. It's a moment that leaves both of you vulnerable yet hopeful. Every compliment they offer feels like a breadcrumb, a gentle invitation to uncover the feelings they're too scared to express fully. It's a dance of words, each one carefully chosen to hint at the depth of their admiration. You can see them fighting an internal battle when you're around, balancing their role as a friend with the desire to express the affection they've harbored for so long. It's a struggle that often leaves them torn between caution and longing. When they share stories from their life, there's often a wistfulness in their tone, as if they're subconsciously weaving a narrative that includes you in the picture they've painted of their future. Their eyes light up when you discuss your interests, and you can see the admiration growing in their gaze, revealing a layer of affection that they try to hide behind friendly conversation. You might find that they're always the first to support you, offering encouragement that feels deeper than mere friendship. It's as if they're rooting for you not just as a friend, but as someone who sees a potential for something more. In group settings, they tend to hover nearby, an invisible tether that draws them close whenever you're present. It's a subtle yet powerful indication of their desire to be part of your world in a more intimate way. When you talk about love or relationships, their expression shifts. There's a flicker of something in their eyes, a mix of hope and fear that hints at the feelings they wish they could voice. Their laughter is often followed by a lingering gaze, as if they're trying to capture the moment in their heart. It's a beautiful, bittersweet reminder of the affection they carry for you, unacknowledged yet ever present. You can sense their heart racing when you're near, an undeniable chemistry that both of you can feel but haven't dared to address. It's a silent acknowledgement of feelings that may never be spoken aloud. In quiet moments, their body language shifts. They lean in closer, seeking connection in the space between you, while their heart battles against the uncertainty of revealing their true feelings. When they hear about your past relationships, there's a hint of jealousy in their demeanor, a stark reminder of the unspoken feelings they harbor. It's a silent plea for you to notice them too. Every playful nudge feels charged with deeper intentions, a subtle way of expressing their affection without crossing the line. It's an invitation to acknowledge the feelings simmering beneath the surface.